Last Thursday, I did receive a communique from the Secretary of Defense alerting the 45th Fires Brigade for a possible deployment in 2008. As far as specific dates, we don't know any particular dates at this point in time. We don't know the size of the formation, the number of soldiers that the Pentagon will be requiring us to deploy. We know that it will be in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom, but as far as a specific location of the deployment, that's still in the planning stages, and we've not been advised as to that. The units that are affected by this mobilization, first of all, are the headquarters out of Enid, Oklahoma, and then some of the units that are, some of the armories that are in the 45th Fires Brigade are in communities such as Lawton, Walters, Duncan, Marlow, Chickasha, Anadarko, Altus, Hobart, Clinton, Elk City, and Weatherford. We believe that this mobilization will be under the auspices of Secretary Gates, the Secretary of Defense's recent, I think in January of this year, announcement that Guard mobilizations would be limited to 12 months in duration from the time that they are mobilized. And if our history with the 45th Infantry Brigade is any indication, we anticipate a 2 to 3 month mobilization period. We don't know the mobilization site yet. And then followed on by a deployment overseas into the Operation Iraqi Freedom area of responsibility. Total length of the deployment, we believe, will be 12 months. After the Fires Brigade deploys, we'll have somewhere just short of about 50% of the Oklahoma Army National Guard remaining in the state, 50%, close to 50% deployed. But you know, if you put the numbers to that, that's still around 3,600 to 4,000 soldiers that will be available here in Oklahoma for any state emergencies. And also the Oklahoma Air National Guard, about 2,500 members. We sometimes forget that they provide capabilities to the governor, too, for state emergencies. So for any of the normal emergencies that would happen here in the state of Oklahoma, we're still very capable of responding to the call of the governor and the citizens of the state. So I think we'll be in pretty good shape. I think this is probably going to be a high water mark as far as the percentage of Oklahoma National Guardsmen that will be called out at the same time. But you know, we do have some smaller units that are deployed. For example, right now the 245 Engineer Company is in and around Baghdad. They'll be coming home a little bit before Christmas, so they should be coming back into the state. We just, this last June and July, had the first of the 180th Infantry Battalion return from Afghanistan, so they've come back into the state. We do have some aviation units that are deploying out of the 90th Troop Command. In fact, I think it was a week ago Saturday, said goodbye to 9 C-23 pilots who were deployed. We also have some of our Chinook and Black Hawk folks that are going to be leaving after the first of the year. Well, I think if you look back over the history since 9/11, you'll see one of the first states that they called for the Operation Noble Eagle mission was Oklahoma. When it came time for the surge this last year, and what they call the bridging missions of units being accelerated in their mobilization schedules to handle the increase in demand for troop levels in Iraq, they came to Oklahoma, 45th Infantry Brigade Combat Team. And to sustain this fight, and who knows what will happen in Washington over the next year and a half, 2 years, but to sustain this fight, they've come back to Oklahoma and requested the 45th Fires Brigade and put us at a mobilization level that I don't think any other state has been faced with or required to handle. The fact that they come to Oklahoma, I think, is a great testament to the traditions of the Oklahoma National Guard, to the combat readiness of our soldiers, and a recognition that, you know, if you have a tough mission, if you have to rely upon a state to supply maybe more than their fair share of soldiers, that Oklahoma is a good place to come.